TV English, the solution for humanity.
Bow down, prostrate. You are the only one worthy of praise. I stand before you with an attentive heart. Erase my sins from the present and past. To you I pray, bow down, prostrate. You are the only one worthy of praise. I stand before you with an attentive heart. Erase my sins.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another episode of Lessons from the Quran. In this episode, insha'Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, we're going to look at a story that relates to the time of the people of Musa, from the children of Israel. And this story is mentioned in the Quran in Surah Al-Qasas, in the 76th ayah of Surah Al-Qasas. And it's a story that has a lot of practical applications. And again, as I've mentioned, after we recite the ayat, we're not going to deal with it from the point of view of a tafsir in the strictest sense of the word. But what we're looking at is how we apply the ayat practically. Brothers and sisters, the purpose that I have behind this series is to get you not only to recite the Quran, but to think about what you're reciting and to think about how you could apply that in your life. That is really the key goal of this series, to get you to think about the Quran, to reflect on the Quran, and to get you to act upon the Quran. So we begin, as we have begun in all of the previous episodes, insha'Allah ta'ala, by reciting the ayat and then by trying to understand how we can apply them in our lives. So after saying أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن قارون كان من قوم موسى فبغى عليهم وآتيناه من الكنوز ما إن مفاتحه لتنوء بالعصبة أولي القوة إذ قال له قومه لا تفرح إن الله لا يحب الفرحين وابتغ فيما آتاك الله الدار الآخرة ولا تنس نصيبك من الدنيا وأحسن كما أحسن الله إليك ولا تبغ الفساد في الأرض إن الله لا يحب المفسدين قال إنما أوتيته على علم عندي أولم يعلم أن الله قد أهلك من قبله من القرون من هو أشد منه قوة وأكثر جمعا ولا يسأل عن ذنوبهم المجرمون فخرج على قومه في زينته قال الذين يريدون الحياة الدنيا يا ليت لنا مثل ما أوتي قارون إنه لذو حظ عظيم وقال الذين أوتوا العلم ويلكم ثواب الله خير لمن آمن وعمل صالحا ولا يلقاها إلا الصابرون فخسفنا به وبداره الأرض فما كان له من فئة ينصرونه من دون الله وما كان من المنتصرين وأصبح الذين تمنوا مكانه بالأمس يقولون ويك أن الله يبسط الرزق لمن يشاء من عباده ويقدر لولا أن من الله علينا لخسف بنا ويكأنه لا يفلح الكافرون تلك الدار الآخرة نجعلها للذين لا يريدون علوا في الأرض ولا فسادا والعاقبة للمتقين من جاء بالحسنة فله خير منها ومن جاء بالسيئة فلا يجزى الذين عملوا السيئات إلا ما كانوا يعملون. Indeed, Qarun was from the people of Musa and he transgressed against them. He behaved as a tyrant and as an arrogant person. Brothers and sisters, some of the scholars mention regarding the statement of Allah Azza wa Jal, فَمَا آمَنَ لِمُوسَى إِلَّا ذُرِّيَّةٌ مِّن قَوْمِهِ عَلَى خَوْفٍ مِّن فِرْعَوْنَ وَمَلَئِهِ أَن يَفْتِنَهُمْ. They mention regarding the statement of Allah Azza wa Jal, no one believed in Musa except for a small group of his people because of their fear of Fir'aun and their fear of their own leaders, their own chieftains, their own aristocracy, if you like, their senior sort of elite class in the society. It's said that many of the elite class of the society of the people of Musa were supporters of Fir'aun and helped Fir'aun against Bani Israel. Certainly one of them, without any doubt, was Qarun. Qarun was from the people of Musa, but he behaved as a tyrant towards them. وَآتَيْنَاهُ مِنَ الْكُنُوزِ مَا إِنَّ مَفَاتِحَهُ لَتَنُوءُ بِالْعُصْبَةِ أُولِي الْقُوَّةِ. We gave him so much wealth, that the keys to his wealth, it took a body of strong men just to lift up the keys to the wealth of Qarun. Just to lift up the keys to the wealth of Qarun. Look at the blessings that Allah Azza wa Jal bestowed upon Qarun. The huge blessings. And then think about all the blessings that Allah Azza wa Jal bestows upon you every single day and every single night. All of the wealth that Allah Azza wa Jal has given you. Just the fact that you're watching this program puts you ahead of many, many, many people in the world who can't or who don't have enough money to even be able to sit in the situation or in the place that you're sitting and to sit and watch a program on Peace TV. Look at all the blessings that Allah Azza wa Jal has given you. Look at the wealth that Allah has given you. Look at the health that Allah has given you. Allah Azza wa Jal has blessed you with so many things. And then look at this beautiful advice that Qarun was given by the children of Israel. This advice that Allah Azza wa Jal approved of in the Quran. إِذْ قَالَ لَهُ قَوْمُهُ لَا تَفْرَحْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْفَرِحِ. Don't behave arrogantly. Don't be ungrateful. Al-farah is to be happy. But in this sense, it's to be happy with an ungratefulness. To look at what you have and to say, I'm better than these people. And again, this is about not looking down on others. What did the Prophet ﷺ say about arrogance, about pride? When the companion said that one of us likes to have nice clothes and nice shoes, he wants to look good. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned that arrogance and pride is a disdain for the truth and looking down on other people. They said, don't look down on other people. Don't be an ungrateful tyrant. Allah Azza wa Jal doesn't love those people who are haughty, who are so happy and arrogant with what they've been given. وَابْتَغِي فِيمَا آتَاكَ اللَّهُ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةِ. Seek with what Allah has given you the Dar al-Akhirah. Brothers and sisters, if this was the only thing we learned in this episode, this would be enough. Use what Allah has given you. The health that Allah has given you, the wealth that Allah has given you, the ease that Allah has given you. Everything that Allah has blessed you with, use it to seek the Dar al-Akhirah. Use it to seek what is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Use it to strive to invest in your akhirah. You know, subhanAllah, we talk about investment in the dunya, and we talk about stocks and shares and buying property and investing in businesses. Invest what Allah has given you in the Dar al-Akhirah. And this ayah is general. It doesn't say the wealth. It doesn't say وَابْتَغِي فِي مَا آتَاكَ اللَّهُ مِنَ الْمَالِ. It doesn't say the wealth. It is completely general. Whatever Allah has given you, use it to seek the Dar al-Akhirah. Use it to seek what is with Allah. If Allah has given you a knowledge of something that you can use to strive for the Akhirah, to help yourself to be from the people of Jannah, then use it. Whether you've got a large family, or whether you've got some wealth, or whether you've got a house, or whether you've got a property, or whether you've got something, you can use it. Think, how can I use this thing to seek what is with Allah Azza wa Jal in the Dar al-Akhirah? وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. What a beautiful advice. Don't forget your portion of the dunya. Ya ikhwan, if one of us were to give away every single piece of wealth we had, and were to live in a state of abject poverty, all but the very, very tiny amount, the very few of us would not be able to do it. And Islam doesn't ask it of you. We're going to talk about this, insha'Allah ta'ala, after the break. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The value of money in the hereafter will be measured by its proper use in the present.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا بيع فيه ولا خلة ولا شفاعة.
According to the glorious Quran, one of the best ways to use your money is to spend it in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by spreading His message of Islam. Peace TV is a non-profit Islamic satellite television channel that is primarily dedicated for just that cause, the proper presentation of Islam. It's a great choice to invest in it and a golden opportunity to purify your wealth in a way that pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Support Peace TV. Send your zakat and donations to IRFI Al Ryan Bank, 47 Calthorpe Road, Birmingham, UK, B151TH. Pound account number 011-32301. IBAN GB49ARAY 30008301 Sort code 300083. Swift BIC code ARAY GB22. Please confirm your contribution at support@peacetv.tv.
Support Peace TV, the solution for humanity.
Where truth is hidden and misleading quotations create confusion. Where truth is hidden, lack of knowledge and wisdom cause upheaval and commotion. Where truth is hidden, manipulated scriptures and twisted facts emerge. This very hidden truth creates false propaganda, mayhem, chaos, disorder, and turmoil in our lives and the world order. But is there anyone with courage and wisdom?
What is the truth? And who has the courage to expose it? Because it's your right to know the truth.
Watch truth prevail and lies perish in Truth Exposed by Dr. Zakir Naik. Next on Peace TV.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, we're talking about the advice of the children of Israel to Qarun. When they said, don't be haughty and don't be full of arrogance and pride, that you look at what you've been given and you say, this makes me a better person than other people. And use whatever Allah has given you to seek what is with Allah in the akhirah. Invest in your akhirah. You know, a lot of us don't have enough wealth. We have, mashallah, tabarakallah, a blessing from Allah. But we don't have enough wealth to, you know, behave like the super rich and buy properties and have an investment portfolio. But it's about time you had an investment portfolio in your akhirah. You invest with what Allah has given you in the akhirah. How many ahadith do you get the reward of a house in paradise? Praying the 12 sunan, the 12 ratiba prayers in the day, the 2 before Fajr and 2 plus 2 before Dhuhr, and 2 after Dhuhr, and 2 after Maghrib, and 2 after Isha. Houses in paradise. Whoever builds a masjid for Allah, Allah builds for him a house in paradise. Even if you only put a brick in that masjid, then put a brick in it. Put a brick in it so that you can be from the people who share in this reward. Keep investing in your akhirah with what Allah has given you. If Allah has given you the ability to teach people, you've learned how to teach, or you've got a teaching degree, use it to seek what is with Allah in the akhirah. If Allah Azza wa Jalla has given you a great amount of intelligence, use it to seek what is with Allah in the akhirah. Learn Islam, teach Islam. Use what Allah has given you in here to actually benefit Islam and the Muslims. If Allah Azza wa Jalla has given you knowledge of a particular science or a particular field, particular profession, use it to seek what is with Allah in the akhirah. So if you've learned medicine, use it to help the Muslims. If you've learned about technology and science and engineering, use it to help the Muslims. Use what Allah has given you to seek what is in the akhirah. وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Allah Azza wa Jal does not ask you to live in poverty. Allah Azza wa Jal says, وَرَهْبَانِيَّةً إِبْتَدِعُوهَا مَا كَتَبْنَاهَا عَلَيْهِمْ. And this monasticism, this living in the monastery and cutting themselves off from everything and everyone, this living in the monastery and closing the door and cutting themselves off from the people, إِبْتَدِعُوهَا. They innovated it. مَا كَتَبْنَاهَا عَلَيْهِمْ. We did not command them to do so. Allah Azza wa Jal doesn't command you to live in poverty. Allah Azza wa Jal does not command you to live with thick woolen clothes in a mud hut that you can't have anything of the dunya. Don't forget to have your portion of the dunya, but only take from it what you need. What is zuhud, ya ikhwan? Zuhud is not poverty. This aestheticism, this concept of being a zahid, being someone who turns away from the dunya, wallahi, it has nothing to do with the wealth in your bank account. Wa Rabbil Kaaba. Zuhud has nothing to do with the wealth in your bank account, but it's to do with how much your heart is attached to that wealth. Perhaps a millionaire can be a zahid. Someone with millions of dollars, millions of pounds can be a zahid. A person who turns away from the dunya, because wallahi there is no connection between his wealth and his heart. It doesn't mean anything to him. So if he finds a way to give it, he gives it. He takes what he needs and he gives it. If it goes away from him tomorrow, it doesn't matter to him. And maybe a poor person would be stingy. He has $5 for the day, and someone comes to ask for him a half of a dollar, 50 cents or 50 pence. Someone comes to ask him a half, and he holds on to it as though it's his dunya and his akhirah. This shows you, brothers and sisters, you're not forbidden from enjoying yourself in the dunya a small amount. You're not forbidden from having a comfortable house. You're not forbidden from having a car that takes you from place to place. If Allah has given it to you, don't beat yourself up over it. But try to take from the dunya only what you need. And try not to go so far that you're living as though this life is your Jannah. Try to take from the dunya what you need. Perhaps you'll have a big house, but you'll use that house to bring your relatives together and to provide a place for people to stay and to have a nice family unit, to have a lot of children. No problem, inshallah. As long as you've paid your zakah. And as long as it's not extravagant to the point where you become like the ikhwan al-shayateen, the brothers of the shayateen, like Allah Azza wa Jal describes them in the Quran. Like those people, you know, a person has 4 cars. He needs 1 person. Just because I like to drive a different car every day. I like to drive a red one and a blue one and a green one and a yellow one. As for a person who has a nice car because it helps him to get reliably and comfortably from one place to another, لا تنسى نصيبك من الدنيا. Don't forget you're allowed your portion of the dunya. We're not asking you to give up all of your wealth. There's no doubt that there is a level of iman of a people who will give up their wealth. Like Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anh. But the people, they say, the scholars, they say about Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, this action that he did of giving all of his wealth is not recommended for the people who cannot bear it. The majority of people cannot bear to do it, and it will lead them to begging and lying and cheating and haram and gambling and stealing and many things. It is for the people who have a level of iman where they can bear it. Zuhud is something you can increase in. Turning away from the dunya you can increase in. But right now, the main thing is not to be extremely extravagant. Like those people who have 50 plates of food placed out in front of them and they take a teaspoon, a baby spoon, from each one, and then they send the food to be thrown away. These are ikhwan al-shayateen, the brothers of the shayateen, like Allah Azza wa Jal describes them in the Quran. And that's not to say that they are shayateen or that they are not Muslim. No, not at all. But it is from the actions of the shaitan, and it is similar to the ways of the shaitan. But as for someone who enjoys a nice meal from time to time and they give their zakah, don't forget your nasib from the dunya. Allah Azza wa Jal doesn't require you to live in poverty. وَأَحْسِن كَمَا أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ. And be good to others as Allah has been good to you. As Allah has been good to you, be good to others. And when you're good to others, you get Allah to be good to you even more, because Allah Azza wa Jal says, هَلْ جَزَاءُ الْإِحْسَانِ إِلَّا الْإِحْسَانِ. Is there any reward for being good to others except Allah being good to you? وَأَحْسِن كَمَا أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ. Use what you have to seek the akhirah. Don't forget you're allowed a certain portion of the dunya, and be good to others as Allah Azza wa Jal has been good to you. وَلَا تَبَغِ الْفَسَادَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. And don't seek to cause corruption in the earth. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُفْسِدِينَ. Allah Azza wa Jal doesn't love the people who cause corruption in the earth. How many people use their wealth to cause corruption in the earth? Even a small amount of wealth. Wallahi, some of us, Allah Azza wa Jal doesn't give us wealth. And wallah, this is from the rahmah of Allah. From the mercy of Allah upon us is that He doesn't give us wealth. Because if we had it, Allah Azza wa Jal knows how much corruption we would cause in the earth. You get a little bit of wealth and you start spending it on haram. What about if Allah Azza wa Jal gave you what He gave to Qarun? How much fasad would some of us cause in the earth? And we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to enrich us from His bounty, and not to make us from those people who their wealth is a cause for fasad, a cause for corruption in the earth. What did Qarun say to this advice? This beautiful advice, not to be haughty and full of arrogance and pleased with this rotting carcass of a dunya that he has been given. Wallah, this dunya is a rotting carcass. It's a rotting carcass of a dead animal. If you have a lot of it, congratulations, you have a lot of rotting carcasses. It's not even worth the wing of a gnat, the wing of a fly to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if this dunya was worth the wing of a fly to Allah Azza wa Jal, He would not have given it to the disbelievers, not even a piece of it. but it's worth nothing to Allah Azza wa Jal. So don't make it worth all that much to you. And use what you have to seek the akhirah. Invest in your akhirah. Don't forget you're allowed a portion of the dunya. Don't make things difficult for yourself. Be good to others like Allah has been good to you, and don't cause corruption on the earth. What did Qarun say? What did Qarun turn around and say? قَالَ إِنَّمَا أُوتِيتُهُ عَلَى عِلْمٍ عِنْدِي. All this wealth that I have, it's just from me. I worked hard, I learnt, I got it. And how many of us, brothers and sisters, use this excuse? How many of us use this excuse? Subhanallah. How many of us say, I worked hard for my wealth. I did this for my wealth. All this wealth is because I'm such a hard worker and I'm such an intelligent person. You were given everything you were given by Allah Azza wa Jal. And Qarun, after all of his corruption in the earth, he added to this corruption by making this statement that his wealth wasn't even from Allah, it was from him. And then Allah said, do you not see how many people Allah destroyed before you who were stronger than you and who had more wealth than you? Allahu Akbar, you think Qarun had the most wealth of the people? Wallah, Qarun had nothing compared to the people that Allah Azza wa Jal destroyed before. وَأَكْثَرُ جَمْعًا, they had even more wealth than him. But when it comes to the Day of Judgment, the mujrimun, the criminals, are not going to be asked about their sins, because Allah Azza wa Jal knows the sins that they have done. And so they're going to be punished for the sins that they've done. And there won't be a chance for them to give an excuse for the sins that they've done. Inshallah, in the next episode, we're going to continue with the story of Qarun. And until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Bow down prostrate. You are the only one worthy of praise. I stand before you with an attentive heart. Erase my sins from the present and past. To you I pray, bow down prostrate. You are the only one worthy of praise. I stand before you with an attentive heart. Erase my sins from the present and past.
The value of money in the hereafter will be measured by its proper use in the present.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا بيع فيه ولا خلة ولا شفاعة.
According to the glorious Quran, one of the best ways to use your money is to spend it in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by spreading His message of Islam. Peace TV is a non-profit Islamic satellite television channel that is primarily dedicated for just that cause, the proper presentation of Islam. It's a great choice to invest in it and a golden opportunity to purify your wealth in a way that pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Support Peace TV. Send your zakat and donations to IRFI Al Ryan Bank, 47 Calthorpe Road, Birmingham, UK. B151TH. Pound account number 011-32301. IBAN GB49ARAY 30008301 132301. Sort code 300083. Swift BIC code ARAY GB22. Please confirm your contribution at support@peacetv.tv.
Support Peace TV, the solution for humanity.